I got these 12-inch Spall double fans, pooling fans, meaning they pool air. As you can see, the radiator I have, which is an all aluminum radiator that I got for the 72 Charger, doesn't quite recess in there. Typically I wouldn't really be concerned about that, but the fans aren't fitting with the radiator and the fans installed as is, so I'm gonna try to trim off the best I can, probably about a 1/16 of an inch on this side and a 1/16 of an inch on the other side, and see if I can get this to fit and recess in here, which will give me a little bit more room. The reason mine's not fitting is I went with the V-belt conversion to serpentine, which isn't really a true single serpentine. It has two belts, but it brings the pulley out for the power steering pump a couple inches, and then it had this bolt cover on there. Even removing that doesn't give me enough room. So I'm hoping by trimming it up that it will be enough to get the radiator and the fans in there. Additionally, you can see that the mounting tabs for the Spall fan don't really line up with any holes. They stick out, they far exceed the radiator itself. And so I'm gonna kind of make some aluminum tabs here to kind of accommodate the position of where these go, and then the length. I've shifted the radiator over as far as I can with the slots. I've trimmed the shroud on these 12-inch Spall fans and got it to recess pretty good. I could probably go a little bit more, but that's like a 1/16 of an inch. I was looking to get a 1/4 of an inch between that fan and the power steering pulley. So I think my next bet is to cut this weld bead off on both sides and shift these brackets up about a 1/4 inch and either have them welded back on or try to weld them myself. That'll bring that radiator out just a tad, even with this bracket, which should give me the room here that I need. If I pull it back, you might see a space in there. So this is the second radiator I had. The other one I got through Bergman Auto, and I told them about my situation, and they had me send back the other radiator, and they kind of put this on. They put these tabs on and like retrofitted the fans onto the other radiator. But when it got shipped, it got damaged. You can see it's got that here. And so having said that, I asked if they want me to send it back, and they said no, and so they sent me another one. So I mean, Bergman Auto has been really good when it comes to Mopar parts and sourcing parts. So certainly want to recommend them. I found them from another some guy's YouTube channel who's big in the Mopar, and so I tried them out, and they've been really good about working with me, who isn't real versed in Mopars, and kind of helping me get the right parts. But anyway, they sent me the other radiator. It still didn't meet the clearance. You can see that this tab here on the bracket is pretty much flush with the radiator here. Move that out of the way. You can see that it's flush. And so I asked the local welder to cut these off and move them up So you can see it's no longer flush there, it's a 1/4 inch up. And now I'm gonna put that fan assembly on here and then put this radiator in. All right, so here's the radiator that I had these shifted up, and I had to take these tabs off that Bergman Auto put on and re-drill the holes a little higher. It cleared. There's a little bit of, the other holes in there. I had to create a new hole. Now I'm going to drill these 2 holes, but I wanted to kind of show you what it looked like. This is a problem that I'm not sure what to do here. I'm sure you can see. Basically I'm going to drill these holes and then put some bolts in there, and that'll do it. And then I'll install it and come back. I have a little bit of movement here. I'm not sure if that's going to cause a problem. Okay, so the bent radiator's in with the modifications, and you can see that I now have clearance between the power steering pump and the electrical fans. So far so good. Not sure. The only concern I have is because I drilled those holes right above the other one in the plastic, that as time goes by they might get loose, but I guess I'll have to check on that, or it'd suck if I'd have to pull that out again just because of that. But yeah, I can move forward now. Yeah, you can see that space. It's good enough.